In this bag I have a mixture of irons which could prove to be the perfect set for the everyday golfer. Because you see, who doesn't want to mix fantastic good looks with ultimate feel and performance? If you get the right set of these Srixon ZX irons, that's exactly what these could offer you. Oh, that felt gorgeous. Hi everyone, my name is James Robinson and welcome to this YouTube channel. Guys, in today's video I have a blend of the brand new Srixon ZX4, Srixon ZX5 and Srixon ZX7 irons. These are meant to be a combination set of irons which you can pick and choose to make sure you get the perfect clubs for your game. And one thing I have to say about these clubs is they look so good, all of them. The ZX5 could be that middle ground iron where you want good looks but you also want the forgiveness. The ZX7 is the slightly smaller player's style iron, while the ZX4 comes in with a little bit more technology to help people get that ball airborne and for ultimate forgiveness. The big thing I can say about these is Srixon have spent so much time and effort to make sure these can be made into a combo set that you won't be disappointed whichever ones you go with, because they align so well together. The top lines all look fantastically uniformed. The offset looks like it shouldn't really be an issue if you do want to mix and match the ZX4, ZX5 or ZX7. And whilst pure golf traditionalists may say, you know what James, they don't actually look that good, they look like there's a little bit too much going on, performance wise, I'm here to tell you, try them, because you may well be amazed like I have been. Because as you can imagine, I have already been in the studio testing these golf clubs, and one thing which I absolutely love that Srixon have done is think about the characteristics that each golfer wants in their specific iron. You see, the ZX7, which is the smaller version, features the pure frame technology, which is designed to reduce dampening and make the club feel a little bit softer, whilst the ZX4 and ZX5 feature the main frame technology, which is designed, yes, to make them feel a little bit nicer, but mainly for performance benefits. You can really start to see the difference in those clubs there. We start to look at the soles of these three different clubs and you'll see they do differ depending on turf interaction. Obviously, the person who is using the ZX4 in the middle there is going to want a little bit more help than someone using the ZX7 and ZX5. Now the ZX4 is a forged face, it's a multi-material construction, whereas the ZX7 and ZX5 are a pure forged iron, so it is going to feel a little bit softer. It's worth bearing that in mind. I imagine most people who go split set, I'm going to go pitching wedge here. I imagine most people who are going to go split set will want maybe ZX4 in purely the 4 iron. There's also the ZX driving iron to think about, which I absolutely love. I have tested that already, so hit that subscribe button if you want to see that. But also the ZX7s in the short irons with the progressive grooves as well look absolutely gorgeous. These look so workable, yet still fairly forgiving. You can still think, if I'm a mid-high handicap golfer, but I want a nice looking pitching wedge and 9 iron, these might be where you want to go. I mean, I lost my balance there. That turf interaction, second to none. It really is. Not the best swing, but we'll take that all day. Now, one thing which I think is probably a little bit of an issue is you do have to do quite a lot of testing, quite a lot of reading up to make sure you get the perfect clubs for you. But I think on the same hand, whilst people are spending a lot of money on golf clubs, it's nice to think, you know what, I'm going to make sure that every golf club in my set works perfectly. That is something which I think brands are more aware of now. They're more aware that people don't just want to test a 7 iron and think, you know what, I'll get a set of those, because a 7 iron is very different to a pitching wedge, and a pitching wedge does a very different job to a 5 iron or even a 4 iron if that's what you want in the bag. I think it makes sense. Comment below. Does it make sense to you? Which all golfers want is that element of control. Yes, please. And I have been quite lucky because I've tested all the brand new Srixon products this week, really. I've tested the brand new ZX drivers, I've tested the new ZX fairways, the new Mark II hybrid, and they're all good. Like, they're all really good. It's just a case of, would you put them in your bag? Do they have the brand power of a TaylorMade, a Callaway, a Titleist, a Ping? I mean, realistically, they should, shouldn't they? Right, come on. Take the break and you've got it. Oh, you absolute. Oh. That's the best putt I've hit all year. It's been that bad, but that is a par to open up with. And I must admit, a lot of the big brands are starting to think about split sets. They are starting to think, you know what, people do want combination sets because they want more performance with the short irons, yet more forgiveness with the long irons. If you think about TaylorMade have the P7MB, the P7MC, the P770. Callaway have the Apex Pro, the Apex Pro MB, and Titleist have the T100, T200, T300 et al. Now, the Srixon range, funnily enough, I feel like is designed more to be made as a combination set. These are designed to be made as combination sets. The offset, the top line, even the lofts are designed to be able to mash together whichever way you like. So if I hit the ZX7 here, this is a mid iron, feels really soft, feels nice, lovely flight window that I am looking for. Then if I move up to a 6, there isn't a 6. Then if I move up to the ZX5, which I think I would have in kind of a mid to long iron, especially the 5 iron which we have here, it just looks nice. It just looks like, yeah, I could use that. It doesn't look overly forgiving, but doesn't look like I'm going to be scared to hit it. And again, having hit these in the studio, I'll tell you now that the flight window that I get with this, even with that slightly longer blade length, is similar, nice and high. I'm not thinking about trying to play that too low. I dare say I would have more versatility in the ZX7 and the ZX5, whereas when it comes to the big old boy, the ZX4, this is purely designed to help you get the ball airborne, to give you that extra forgiveness that you need. And let's be fair, it's not really going to offer you the same feel, the same versatility. Really long blade length, slightly thicker top line, but not overly noticeable. And look how high that's launched. Yes, that's a 6 instead of a 5, but he's so easy to get up in the air. That's exactly what you are looking at when you do go ZX4. I know it's a little bit complicated, and that's the one thing I will say that Srixon have maybe overdone a little bit. But if you're going to spend the money, then what I'd say, you spend the time as well, and make sure you get them right. Guys, do me a huge favour, get in the comments below, could you see yourself using a set of Srixon ZX Mark II irons? I could. I think there are nicer feeling irons on the market. I don't think particularly they're going to perform any better than anything else, but I think at the price that you're going to see them at, they are just a little bit cheaper than the rest. And if that is a big factor for you, which I'm sure it is for so many people, all Srixon don't really do is market the product that well. That's all I'll say. Like, they don't pay that many tour players. Yes, they had Shane Lowry. Yes, they had Matsuyama. They had quite a few others, but they're not spending millions on them. Well, millions and millions and millions on them, which is why that price point can probably be a little bit lower. Performance-wise, I'm really enjoying all three of those shots. Let's go and play one into the green or a couple into the green. Let's see how far we have in. I'd be tempted to go kind of ZX7 up to the 8, maybe the 7, probably the 7, and then 654 in the ZX5. For me, that would be the ultimate combination, I think. And then maybe if I was staying Srixon, this bad boy in the mega long iron or the driving iron. Where is it? I've got so many clubs in here today to test. It's scary. I know it's here somewhere. Where are you? There. That's done such a good job in its test for me yesterday. I'd be tempted to have that in that exact spec, kind of 218 degree. Let's get down there. Right, we're bang on 150 yards, however that flag is at the front, so I'm going to go with the 9 iron in the ZX4. Yes, this might kind of be a little bit left field for you, but we're going to see just how versatile maybe it can be. Can I play a nice low one in there? This is a bit of a power bat. The 9 iron does look fairly big. Come on, little low one in. That felt really good. I've pulled it a little bit. That's going to be bunker left. Yeah, it's flag high. Now, what about if I said, let's go 8 iron in the ZX5? Because versatility for me is a huge factor, which I think a lot of people want when they are buying irons. If I went full set ZX5s, I want to know I can play. This looks so much better down at the ball for me than the 4, by the way. Can I play just a... Oh yeah, I'll be good. That is all over it. Oh, just short. And then I know that the ZX7 I mean, this for me is the one. This is where you walk into a shop and probably the one that you pick up first and you think, you know what, I'd love to just have a full bag of these. I love that VT sole there. That's really going to make Turf Interaction feel gorgeous. I love that pure frame technology. That's going to make them feel nice and soft. And let's be fair, from the top, next to a little offset and a nice little thin top line, it just looks gorgeous to me. That wind's got up a little bit, you know, that last one should have been up there, but the wind just kind of made it short. This isn't a full one, but how much lower I can get that to come out. That for me is a good set of irons, as long as I've said already, you take your time, you think about which irons you want where. Guys, I did have these in the studio. Let's jump in, let's see exactly what numbers I got with them, and let's see if they could maybe work their way in my bag and into your bag. So guys, to give you an idea on the numbers for these brand new Srixon ZX irons, I tested the Srixon ZX7 7 iron, Srixon ZX5 8 iron and the ZX4 9 iron. You can see we started off kind of hitting line balls here, and this is very much how the show continued. I really enjoyed these. I really enjoyed the look of them, the offset of them, the top line of them, and not to mention the dispersion of them. I found these probably some of the most consistent irons that I have tested throughout the year so far. And yeah, it really was just a bit of a stripe show. I certainly think I'm swinging better today than some of the other tests that I've done, but that always helps. Just look at some of these shots. So the blue line is the ZX5 8 iron, really nice high trajectory. A couple of line balls again, like I'm saying. As we move to the red line, this is the ZX7 7 iron. And again, just really enjoyed the look of this. Quite not as forgiving as the other two, but as we look in the numbers, you'll see 1, 2, 3 ball speed for the 7 iron, spinning at 4.8, which is quite low. Spinning at 5.4 for the 8 iron and 6.59. All very low spins, but very good carry distances. 1.81 for the 7, 1.66 for the 8, and 1.53 for the 9. I'm quite happy with those. The big thing I'm looking at though is those standard deviations, which are very low. Fantastic golf clubs, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, smash that subscribe button below. I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.